Hey guys, so just gonna do this little quick video. Just a little introduction. Obviously we've got a few people that have just joined. Welcome on board. But just wanted to say hello. Obviously, if you guys don't know my real name, it's Kieran. But welcome to the team. Welcome to Media Wave Studios. At the moment, I'm just in my flat's kitchen. So yeah, ignore that though. Gonna be embarking on quite an incredible journey, and I'm really glad that you've all accepted to join the team and be a part of something which personally I believe is really cool. This studio does mean a lot to me because it's something that a few years back I worked on, I grew, and we had a lot of fun doing it, but things happened. I had to take a lot of personal time, so things had to change, and recently I gained those rights back. And I want to do it again, but I want to do it differently and really have a proper meaning behind it. And because back then we didn't grow into such a massive scale type thing, it's quite easy to start again from the ground up with new audiences and stuff like that, and new types of content and a new direction for Media Wave. And so it really does make it quite doable and quite easy, in the fact that we have a lot of options to explore. So, a couple of things. I'm going to be doing quite a lengthy, well, not lengthy, but quite a number of posts over the next few days of what's happening, and what kind of stuff we're going to be working on, and this, that, and the other, and just really what's going to be going on behind the scenes to make everything work, make everything tick. So the first thing is that the website is pretty much done now. Right now, if you go into the website, there's nothing. So it looks really weird and doesn't look like it's laid out properly. But the idea is that by the time we're going to launch, we're going to have content already populated on the site, and it's going to look pretty good. As we grow, I've already got a community integration ready to launch, but I don't want to launch it initially with the site because I want to see how we get on with. I don't want a lot of these like empty pages. Once we know that we can get the engagement factor in there and the interaction, and we're getting these views, then we'll be looking into, then I'll roll out basically the community interaction. So, what's in it for you guys? Well, obviously, as I proposed to each and every one of you, there's the option of payment. That's not going to happen immediate. We're going to be doing a lot of trial runs for things, and, people will, as is in the industry, people will get paid differently. So, how it's going to work, it's going to be very weird at first, but leave all of it to me. The idea is over these next few months or so, as we grow, if I see a significant performance and we are actually growing really well, I will pay people out of my own pocket. I don't mind doing that. So whilst the studio itself may not attract revenue, but is attracting attention and stuff like that, that's important to me. And it means it can help me get stuff like grants and stuff like that to help fund the studio and get the revenue flowing. And so I don't mind dipping into my own pocket to pay you guys to do that. So the motivation is really there. And obviously I hope that the money is not the sole motivation to why you're on board. And it's more actually, this whole idea that we can bring about a new wave of online entertainment. And I'm not just talking types of videos and stuff like that. I'm talking in the way we deliver those videos, in the way that we interact with audiences, the way we just do things in general as an online production studio. Like, obviously nowadays there's quite a lot out there. So the competition's quite big, and we have to look at ways that we can bring about something new. So let's talk about some of those things. So one, as you've probably all seen the sample post, that this is going to go public in the next few days, getting ready for the launch, so that it's there. I've just got to finish up a draft on the few little things and make sure it's right and it looks good. But we are pretty much there with that. So the first thing is, and Cora, you've obviously mentioned this already, is about the YouTube. We as a studio, obviously get the chance to, and this is something that I'm going to give you guys a lot, is the option to vote these kind of decisions and help steer the studio into the right direction, because it's not just about me, it's about you guys as well. And so what I want to do is allow for you all to have that freedom to help steer your content that you're producing for the studio in the right direction. And sometimes people feel like, oh, putting it on a certain platform, for example, or this, or a way that we promote the content and stuff like that needs to be done in a certain way, or we should explore options. And so that's why I want to give you guys the full creative control, and I want to give you guys a chance to have your voice heard. And even as the studio, hopefully it gets bigger and stuff like that, this will always be a core aspect, because I do believe that it is something that is highly valuable to have, is that everyone in the team is happy with the decisions that are being made. So that's obviously going to be a huge thing. So let's talk about platforms for a moment. YouTube. Okay, so as I mentioned in the post that I'm going to be putting live for the public, we want to create a new wave of entertainment, and we want to deliver that in the best way possible. We need something that fits with the studio vision. There are platforms out there that will help us do that, because we can't just have our site, because it will be harder to gain that traction and that following. We need to be at least on one popular platform. Now, Cora, you're right. There's no harm in putting ourselves on YouTube, but I've found in the past that it just doesn't work, and especially now in the state that YouTube's in, I do not personally feel like it's the best platform for us. And that's why I mentioned Twitch. Twitch has a lot of underused and really exciting features. Reruns of broadcasts, scheduling, content, all this really cool stuff that you can put out there. And the best part about it is that this fits an idea that I've had for so long, is once we have enough content that we've produced, we can put it on there live broadcasting, but we're not actually having to live broadcast it anymore from OBS on our computers or laptops, which is great. Twitch servers can handle it on its own. And it's something I've wanted to do for so long, but in the past that technology just wasn't available. And now we can essentially have like an online TV type station, or whatever you want to call it, where people can tune in any time and watch that content. Now obviously that content will be available on demand, but people like live interaction, so why not have these kind of things where we have content that's broadcasted live, and then they could actually interact with us live and do stuff still. So it's something that, especially I'm going to be trial running, as we launch, and see how we get on once we got the content there populated, and we'll just see. We'll have a look and we'll experiment with things and see what works and what doesn't, and that's going to be the huge thing, especially in these growing stages. Let's say over the summer to start with the free shows that are slated for release over the summer. We'll trial it. Let's see what we can do, and let's see how it works and how it fits into everything. So that's why I believe that YouTube is not the platform for us to be using. I believe that Twitch actually has a lot of great features that we could be using, that will fit our studio's vision better. But by all means, the Discord's open for you. The discussion's open for you guys to say to me that actually that I'm wrong and that we should try it. And if you all feel strongly about it, then we can try it. It's not something I'm like, no, we're not doing. So, I mean, there'll be very few cases where I'll be like that as well. So any decisions, this is where, again, you're going to have that really nice big voice to say what you feel is best for the studio. And if everyone agrees on it, I will likely agree with it too, unless I feel like we have to do something in a certain way for the sake of investment and stuff like that. So that's obviously where my role will obviously overtake that, but I will obviously explain why we need to do it that way. So obviously, there will be those other few cases, but hopefully that will hardly ever happen. So now that bit's out of the way, let's talk a little bit about content and what kind of content we're going to be looking for. So for the site, written content's going to be a huge thing. And hopefully everyone has a little dabble in it and see what they feel like. If it's something they want to, actually, I want to do that maybe once a week. Because we need regular content. And written content is the easiest content to produce on a regular basis. Okay? And it's going to be beneficial for certain shows to have that written content there. For example, I'm going to be doing my own show, and that's currently the pilot name for it is Tech Connect, which is basically a tech news themed roundup show. So round up all the news from the week. So having written content there to help with that means that the writers get credited and get paid for if the video performs well, which obviously I've stated to people already, is if your written piece gets turned into a video and that piece performs well, I will pay between £5 to £10 per article that gets turned into the video, okay? So there's money to be had there. But this is what I'm going to say now. Do not overwork yourselves, because whilst the money's great and everything, the last thing I want is for you guys to overwork yourselves and feel like you have to put so much work into this, because you're going to feel like, I'm not getting anything out of it like a few weeks down the line, and I don't want that. So obviously just bear that in mind. So written content's a huge thing, and excuse me, my phone's displaying notifications in the background, but so obviously that's a big thing. Another one is a show called eNation. So obviously I've mentioned Tech Connect already. So eNation, which is going to be an esports themed talk show, and it's going to currently, I think, Rage, you've obviously already accepted to do this, and Viola has also accepted to do this, so I'm just got to confirm with two potential casters that I want to bring on as well to help put this show into motion, and as long as they want to do it, great. If not, then I'll adjust what I have planned for that show slightly, and I'll work with you two on making that show something that's going to work and it's going to be fun to do. And yeah, so it's an esports themed talk show where we'll catch up on like news and stuff and have discussions and stuff like that. Occasionally, I might do like a guest appearance on it, but mostly this is going to be on you guys to take care of, and I will work with you guys to help produce that show. And anything you need, we can look at doing, and that's what I'm going to be here for. So obviously bear that one in mind. And finally, the one is that we're just going to try and run as like a regular content thing, which Rage again, I'll be working with you on, as we've already discussed this, is the whole, we'll start off with just stream highlights, just to populate the site with some content, plus it's not that much extra work out of you, and even I can video edit it, or if you've got a video editor yourself, I can look at bringing them on board, and we'll see what we can do. But that's just to help get some regular content out there, and it's currently called Rage Darling Presents. Over time, that may change, and may become Media Wave Studios Presents or something like that, which will basically just be gaming content of some fashion, whether it's reviews, stream highlights, etc, etc. That kind of content will all fit into that category, so it's a mixture of a thing. It's just more, that's going to be what our regular content that will be produced more on a weekly basis, video-wise, will be called. But we're going to try and run it first. So again, Rage, you're not going to have to do much work there. We'll look at just taking content from your streams and stuff like that. We'll be working something out for the next week or so to get something set in stone that's going to work for everyone. And this is the same across the board. So there's the 3 shows, so we've talked about that as well. Now, don't worry, I'm going to be writing up some stuff and breaking down further into each one. It's already like pretty much the 15 mark on this video, and I wanted to try and keep it short, and I've completely failed, so sorry about that. I mean, the last thing I really want to just say is just, welcome to the team, and I hope that we can really do some crazy stuff together. You're going to be hearing a lot of all the backstage stuff that I'm going to work on, all the behind the scenes stuff. I am looking into getting us an office and stuff like that, getting funding from grants, and there's already one that we're potentially eligible for, which is up to £11.3 million to help basically develop the studio further. But we have to have the groundworks in place. We have to have some sort of content, and we need to be able to go to them, or I need to be able to go to them and be like, this is what I've got planned. This is what we're doing now. These are the next steps of what we want to do. This is why we need the money to do it. So big money that could really be invested into this business, into the studio, to really take things to the next level. Now, I've had this studio in an actual building before with content creators, and it's a lot of fun to do. The experience alone is just so much fun. So to be able to do that again, and for you guys to actually get a chance to experience that, it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully that's a little bit more motivation for long-term goals. So really, keep that one in mind as well. But yeah, like I said, welcome to the team, everyone. And if you ever have any questions, let me know. I'm going to be posting stuff about communication and the way we're going to do things in the important info. Just a little quick side note about the Discord. It is mostly going to be casual stuff, so just keep it casual. Try to keep it work related in the relevant chats, and then obviously there is the general chat and stuff that you can just post whatever, just anything you want kind of thing. So it is mostly just a casual thing, and then emails are going to be all the formal stuff, which I'm going to go into more detail again in a few posts and in a little bit. But yeah, welcome to the team, and like I said, ask me any questions or anything like that, feel free. And let's start to get to work on some really exciting stuff, guys. And I can't wait to start working with you all. See you later.